Bonjour, ladies and gentlemen. Matchday report. I didn't go on the game last night. The Sheffield Wednesday versus Preston D-Del. I didn't go on the game. I didn't watch the game. I tried to watch the game, but we didn't catch much of it. What we did see, I didn't see much. So I've just been and watched the extended highlights through Chef Wednesday's channel on YouTube, just get a grasp on the game, kind of. And obviously, like I said on the Leeds video, I can't really give many opinions because I didn't see everything. I'm just going to go off of what I have seen. But as you can see by the statistics here, we had 9 shots, 2 on target. I do know that the first half we had no shots on target at all. They only had 6 shots, 3 on target. We did have more possession for a change, and our passing accuracy for once was actually pretty fucking good. But it makes no difference to us simply because, you know, we lost the game. But yeah, in games where we do look better in possession, it's games that we tend to lose. It's quite strange how it works. But if I don't sound like I'm speaking much sense either, by the way, if I'm struggling to get my words out, I am hanging out of my fucking arse. It's not nice. Anyways, they had a red card. Seen the red. I don't think it was a red. Quite strange. From what I've read on Twitter and what I saw in the highlights, the referee got a couple of things wrong and was actually, well, apparently got a lot wrong, and they're not really favoured to be in the league, but it is what it is. We had 2 penalty shouts turned down. Do I believe there were penalties? I think the first one with Potts was Osmajic a bit soft, but I think the Potts one was a penalty, so it's another penalty we've been denied. It's just, I'm getting sick of saying it, really. But yeah, let's go. Player ratings. Woodman, from what I saw as well, should do better on the goal they scored. You know, he needs to make himself big or come out a little bit. And there was a cross that came in at one point as well that he really should have done better for. He can be catching that, but yeah, didn't have a great deal come his way aside from the goal. Looked a tad reluctant to come off his line. He was very reluctant. Johnson squeezed his shot in at the near post. Again, like I said, Freddie should have been doing a bit better there, but then again, the entire defence was fucking parted like the Red Sea, so it's not entirely Freddie's fault. Potts a 6, pushed right on in the second half, sent a couple of inviting crosses to the box. Nobody was on the end of them. A frustrating night with the penalty shout turned down. Jack Watmore 5.5, cut out Johnson's goal having gone to engage near the halfway line and Wednesday breaking through, midway just before the hour. Lindsay a 5, left to rue the poor goal conceded in the first half, with him losing the initial duel and Johnson then running in behind. A couple of shaky passes in there went unpunished. Next page. No, I don't want ad blocker. Hughes a 5, played as more of a left back again and was tasked with linking up with Miller and crossing himself. Blew out on cold over the piece. McCann 5.5, kept it tidy enough in midfield without really hurting Wednesday. The effort and bite was there. Holmes a 6, operated on the right with a similar shape to Boxing Day, picked up some pockets and a couple of mazy runs, but couldn't provide the spark. Jesus. Played 57 minutes only. Whiteman a 6, started in the same advanced role as Boxing Day, then shifted deeper to get on the ball and play. Soon after Wednesday's goal, switched on tactically in some moments, but struggled to have a real impact. I did see at one point they were very poor in possession, and the ball just rolled to Whiteman's feet and he was just static, stood there. By the time Whiteman's got on the end of the ball, there's nothing we could have done about that, but if it was a little bit more switched on, a little bit more in the game, you can easily run onto that and have a shot and score. So I'm quite disappointed with that. We should be a bit more switched on there. Brown a 6, got himself into the box, but Wednesday dealt with Peony's succession of crosses. Started brightly and sent a driven shot over, but was nullified well. Miller a 6, had 2 Wednesday players, sometimes 3 on him. Obviously, everyone now knows that this is our best player, so they're going to mark him at any opportunity. Kept going, opposition defenders hit the crossbar with a shot soon in the second half. Overall, restricted. Yeah, it's a shame about this shot, but again, Miller being one of the few to try and make an impact. Osmajic 5, some good moments into the channels early on, but was nullified effectively by Wednesday's defenders midway after 75 minutes. Evans a 5. Nothing went with 2 strikers with Evans when Evans came on, but he couldn't provide the real focal point. Potential chance quite late for Evans, but I don't know if anything could have been done about that. Story 5.5, slotted him relatively seamlessly at the back. Sent poor crosses into the box, but that's not his game. Mads a 6, involved in the incident which led to the red card. Clipped a first time shot just wide from 20 yards. Very close, neat and tidy enough on the ball, playing to touch passes. Yeah, I thought Mads looked quite good to be fair, from what I saw of him. Played a nice little free kick as well, quite late on. It was a really inviting ball. Wednesday got on the end of it though. Reese at 5, a long-awaited return. Got a great reception but couldn't get into the game for the final 20 minutes, understandable. yeah, so it's good to see Reece back at least. You know, that's something. Okay, let's see what Ryan Law had to say. I'm not expecting it to be negative. It never is. He'll big up the players and say, I'm proud of the group, there's effort, I always believe in the players, same as always. You know, the press is never any different. It's like he's a fucking stuck on replay. Right, the effort and commitment and everything else was there, but we didn't do enough with clear-cut chances, picking people out or putting the ball in the right areas. We hit the first man, left centre-backs across the ball, and we didn't take enough control on the pitch to get real quality in there from the balls going in. But the goal is disappointing. We should deal with the first header and then the second header. They find themselves clear through on goal, which is disappointing. It wasn't for the lack of trying, there it is, but we just didn't have the quality in the final third to make something happen. I can't fault the lads. If you look at Boxing Day, it was a fantastic occasion, and you come in here 2 days later thinking, okay, but can we put another performance in? I thought the performance was there, but the result wasn't. From what I saw and what I know, the first half performance was pretty shite, but then second half we came out like, so we only have one good half anyway, but the second half was much better to the standard, and there was some real belief you can actually go and win the game, but unfortunately we didn't. I think we had 63% possession and 39 crosses. I would give all of that up for 2 crosses and 15% and a goal. Or a result, you should at least get a goal. I would have thought having 39, but that person is like a magnet to the ball, and he headed everything out. Maybe we're putting the ball on his head too much and not making the runs across from the front or behind. I have to give them a bit of credit as well, because they defended solid and put their bodies on the line, because they just need the points. We tried everything. Watmore had a bang on his knee, then we went to a back three, got another striker on the pitch. We then brought Mads on and Emil, so we gave it a good go, and the lads gave everything out there today. They tried, and we made the changes to keep going to get the front foot, which we did. We had large amounts of possession and sent all those crosses into the box, when I think, off the top of my head, I'd like to think there were a minimum of 5 good ones you could score from. I think our lads were frustrated by some of the decisions on the pitch, but that is football. It's not football. That referee was fucking awful. It goes your way sometimes and it goes against you sometimes. We just didn't have that little bit of quality in certain areas, which is what I'm disappointed about. We'll have to keep doing the right things and working hard. When you put the work, the results come. Yeah, we all know that. You can stop saying that. Yeah, so the referee got very heavily criticised as far as I know, and from what I saw, it weren't great Android noises. But no, it is what it is really. There's nothing we can do about it now. It's fucking, the game's gone. But you'd think, having 39 crosses in the game and none of them were successful, you'd think you might not want to keep going with the cross approach. Because as I think it was Norwich, I think that said this on their radio, Preston are a team that knock the ball from side to side, left to right constantly, to play a hopeless long ball forward or have very little fruit in the attack come the end of it. It's bob on, you know. Every time I watch us play, we always play it left, right, get it out really wide, and then play it back into the middle with a cross. The only time we don't do that is if Miller's on the ball and he runs on the inside for a shot. I don't mind going wide when we do taking that approach, because it is good. But obviously because Miller's got a wand of a foot, but not everyone does. You know, most of these players don't have that kind of ability, so that's when the problems arise, unfortunately. But again, like I said, when they said that at Norwich, it's a pointless thing to do because we never get anything out of it. So I don't fucking know. But yeah, like you say, we go from a fantastic Boxing Day performance and win, and then you come back and you do this. It's like, how? I don't have a clue. Yeah, you get these funny results every now and then, but just a little bit more quality in it. You know, maybe switch it up a little bit more. You know, just have a bit more composure on the ball when you're taking a shot, because some of the shots I saw went really wide. Obviously, we had some good efforts. Obviously, Potts had a shot on target, which was, if a bit more power, that probably going in. Mads had a really close shot, and Miller had that one on the crossbar. But other than that, there weren't many other good-looking attacks at all. There was many points when I was watching the game back on the highlights, more Android noises, and I thought, why can't we, just play it down the middle at once in a while and maybe go from there? Because there's so many times it opened up for us to, play that through ball and keep it going. I've just watched the Luton and Chelsea game, and the way that Luton were attacking Chelsea in that final, in the final stages of the game, last 20 minutes, playing those clever through balls and the inviting cross, not just a ball in the box to take, but a ball in the box, but a cross that was makes sense to do, whether you play it a bit far forward to the front and lower down, or on the head for the taller players, because we just seem to whack it at the top and hopefully someone gets on the end of it with the head. Maybe try to play it on the floor a couple of times. You know what I mean? But well, it is what it is. I'll sign off now because I've got nothing else to talk about, because I don't have anything else to talk about. I don't know anything else again. So yeah, next game is Sunderland. That is another game I'll probably miss because I'll be working. But we'll see what we can do. We'll see if we can get the stream on while we work. And yeah, thanks again. Suppose disappointing result, disappointing for everything really. But oh well. Happy New Year, and stay in school.